Right now, as you hear these words, pieces of the most famous comet in human history are slamming into Earth's atmosphere at 148,000 miles per hour. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. And the object responsible hasn't been anywhere near our planet since Ronald Reagan was president. There's a reason scientists call these particular meteors the fastest annual visitors Earth receives. And there's one detail about Halley's comet that most people have completely wrong. A detail that in 1910 caused mass panic across entire continents. But first, picture this. 3 in the morning, you walk outside, look up, and within 60 seconds, something streaks across the sky so fast it leaves a glowing scar that hangs in the air after the object is already gone. Then another one, then 3 more. You're watching debris from a 4.5 billion-year-old frozen wanderer burn itself alive against the thin shell of gas that keeps you breathing. And here's what the stargazing guides leave out. Each fragment enters our atmosphere at 41 miles per second, 66 kilometers per second. At that speed, you'd cross from New York to Los Angeles in 37 seconds. The friction superheats these particles to thousands of degrees in an instant. If they were bigger, even a little bigger, we wouldn't be calling them shooting stars. That's the Eta Aquarid meteor shower. It peaks right now in early May 2026, and its source is Halley's Comet. Every year, Earth's orbit takes us straight through a river of debris that Halley left behind on its last trip through the inner solar system in 1986. The comet itself is currently out beyond Neptune, hurtling through the cold dark at the far end of its 76-year orbit. It won't return until 2061, but its trail of destruction never left. Think of it like a highway. Halley's Comet is the truck. Every time it passes the sun, solar heat strips another layer of ice and rock from its surface, scattering billions of particles along its orbital path. Earth crosses that highway twice every year, once in May producing the Eta Aquarids, and once in October producing the Orionid shower. We've been driving through this comet's litter for millennia. The ancient Chinese recorded it in 240 BC. The Bayeux Tapestry shows it hanging over the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Every 76 years, Halley returns, sheds another layer, and reloads the gun. But most people alive today remember only one encounter, 1986. If you were old enough to look up that spring, you saw Halley's Comet with your own eyes. Families drove to dark hilltops. Kids pressed their faces against car windows. And for most, it was underwhelming. Halley's 1986 pass was one of the worst viewing geometries in 2,000 years. What nobody told you is that the comet left you a gift, not the faint smudge you strained to see through binoculars. A trail of frozen shrapnel scattered across 200 million miles of space that Earth would drive through every May and every October for the rest of your life. That trail is what you can see tonight. And this brings us to 1910 and the part of Halley's story that sounds like fiction. Astronomers discovered that the comet's tail contained cyanogen related to cyanide. A French astronomer named Camille Flammarion speculated to the press that these gases could snuff out all life on the planet. He later walked it back. Newspapers printed the scary part and buried the correction. The result was global hysteria. People sealed their windows with rags. They bought gas masks. Con artists sold anti-comet pills on street corners. In some communities, people hid in caves. Church attendance spiked. Some individuals, convinced the world was ending, took their own lives, all because Earth was scheduled to pass through the comet's tail on May 19, 1910. Earth did pass through the tail. Nothing happened. The gases in a comet's tail are so diffuse they make a laboratory vacuum look thick. But the panic was real, and it reached every continent. But here's the irony nobody mentions. The real threat from Halley was never the tail. It was always the debris, the solid chunks of ice and rock strewn across its path. The things hitting our atmosphere right now. They feared the wrong thing entirely. Now here's where this gets personal. The fragments burning up this week are tiny. Most are grains of sand. Some are as large as peas. At 41 miles per second, even a grain of sand releases a flash visible to the naked eye from 60 miles up. The atmosphere handles them. That thin layer of nitrogen and oxygen above your head is a bulletproof vest for the planet. But that vest has limits. In 2013, a rock about 60 feet across entered the atmosphere over Chelyabinsk, Russia, completely unrelated to Halley, but it demonstrates the principle. It exploded with the force of 30 Hiroshima bombs. 1,500 people were injured across 6 cities. Nobody saw it coming. It approached from the direction of the sun, invisible against the glare. The difference between a shooting star and a city-level disaster is nothing more than size and speed. Every meteor you see burning up this week is proof that the system works. Every meteor is also a reminder that it only works up to a point. And scientists still cannot guarantee they'll spot the next Chelyabinsk before it arrives. The difference between a shooting star and a city-level disaster is nothing more than size and speed. Every meteor you see burning up this week is proof the system works. Every meteor also reminds you that it only works up to a point. So what do the Eta Aquarids actually look like? Under ideal conditions, up to 50 per hour, almost 1 every minute. They're best from the southern hemisphere, but observers across the southern United States can catch 10 to 30 per hour. The shower peaks on the nights of May 5th and 6th, before dawn. Look east. No telescope needed, just darkness and patience. And these aren't your typical lazy meteors. Eta Aquarids are famous for their speed and their persistent trains, those ghostly green streaks that linger in the air for several seconds after the meteor itself has vanished. Some veteran observers call them the most beautiful meteors of the year. One problem this year: a waning gibbous moon will wash out fainter meteors during the peak hours. You'll likely catch the bright fireballs, but miss the smaller streaks. Position yourself where a building or hillside blocks the moon while leaving the eastern sky open. If clouds ruin your peak night, don't give up. This shower has a broad plateau of activity. The mornings of May 4th through 7th all offer elevated rates. What you're really watching is a time capsule. Those particles formed 4.5 billion years ago, when the solar system was still under construction. Halley's Comet is made from the same primordial material that built the planets. Every grain that burns above your head tonight is older than Earth itself. It survived the formation of Jupiter, 4 billion years of cold silence, and multiple passes through the sun's kill zone, where temperatures on the comet's sunlit side can reach 300 degrees, while the shadowed side remains colder than anything on Earth. And now it ends its journey as a line of light across your sky at 3 in the morning. Scientists now believe comets like Halley delivered a significant portion of Earth's water and possibly some of the organic molecules that became the building blocks of life. The same material that's burning up over your head tonight may have seeded the oceans you swim in. Just weeks ago, NASA's Curiosity rover found organic molecules on Mars that may have arrived the same way, on ancient meteorites sharing the same composition as cometary debris. One of those molecules resembled a precursor to DNA, never before detected on another planet. If that connection holds, the implications are staggering. The same comet whose debris is hitting Earth right now may have helped make Earth habitable in the first place. The very thing that feels like an assault from space might be the reason you exist to watch it. Halley's Comet won't return in your lifetime unless you plan to be around in 2061, but its debris field is eternal on any human timescale. Every May, every October, Earth drives through it again. The comet orbits in silence beyond Neptune right now, slowly losing mass, slowly falling apart. One day, millions of years from now, there won't be a Halley's Comet anymore, just a diffuse ring of dust where a comet used to be. But tonight, it still has teeth. The last time most of you saw Halley was 1986. You were told to look up, and you saw almost nothing. Tonight, look up again. What Halley left behind is far more spectacular than what it showed you 40 years ago. Every streak of light is a piece of the comet itself, finishing a journey that started before life existed on this planet. The comet that once caused a global panic isn't done with us. It's just changed its method of arrival. What do you remember from 1986? Were you one of the millions who stayed up to see Halley's Comet? If you go outside tonight, what would you tell your younger self about what you're actually seeing? The universe has been throwing things at us for 4.5 billion years. The least we can do is pay attention.